grade, and welcome to this week's math lesson. Go ahead and please get out your math notebooks, turn to a clean sheet, name today's date. Our objective today is I can use scale factors to enlarge or reduce an object. So, I know previously we have talked about finding and using scale factors, but for this week, for our final two lessons, I thought we would review and take a small quiz revolving around scale factors. Now, as we talked about previously, when we have a figure and we enlarge it or reduce it, we often use a scale factor. So let's say, for example, my scale factor is 1/2. When we're dealing with a fraction, when we're dealing with scale factors, our object is either enlarged or reduced. Which is it? That's correct. We reduce an object. That's correct. So when we're dealing with scale factors, as we talked about previously, you take your scale factor, and when you want to get a smaller or larger object, you apply your scale factor to every single measurement in your actual drawing. So if I have a photograph that measures 6 inches and 3 inches in width, and we're applying a 1/2 scale factor, we multiply 6 times 1/2, which will be what? Correct, 3 inches. Very good. So my length of my new picture will be 3 inches. What about this 3 inches in my original? What's 3 times 1/2? That's correct. 3 cut it in half will give us 1.5 inches. So my scale factor picture will be 3 inches by 1.5 inches. Very good. But let's say that this is different. Let's say, for instance, we have a scale factor of 4. And let's use those same measurements. If my scale factor is 4, what would be my new image? Would it be an enlargement or reduction? Enlargement, right. It's going to make it much larger, yes. So, in looking at this, 4 times 6, so my new picture, which is going to be even larger than my original, 6 times 4, because you multiply your scale factor by each, your length and your width, 6 times 4 is going to give me 24 inches. And then 3 times 4 will give my new image the following dimensions of 24 times 12. Now, the other topic that may come across, or may happen, is let's say we're looking at coordinates. Let's say hypothetically you have 0.56 and you have 0.11 and you have 0.23. And together they make a triangle. And you want to take this triangle on the graph and you want to enlarge it. You want to enlarge it by a scale factor of 2. How would you go about doing that? Very good question. Well, just like previously with our geometric shapes, all you would do is you would take your scale factor and you'd multiply it to both your x and your y for both coordinates for all 3 of my points. So, in doing so, multiplying 2 times 5 would give me 10. 2 times 6 would give me 12. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. So my 3 coordinates now, if I were to graph these out, I would see that I've enlarged my triangle by a scale factor of 2, making it twice as large as my original. Your homework will be fairly similar to this in applying a scale factor to your coordinates or to a geometric figure in order to see the new dimensions, whether you've enlarged it or reduced it. Let's go ahead and work on your exit slip now, shall we? have the following coordinates. This is a square or a parallelogram or actually rhombus. I've got a rhombus. And I have a scale factor of 4. What would my new coordinates be for the following coordinates? So I'll give you a minute to pause the video right now to find my new coordinates using a scale factor of 4. All right, let's go ahead and solve it, shall we? Once again, all you're doing is taking your scale factor and you're multiplying it to both your x and your y in your coordinates. So, 4 times 5 is what? 20. 6 times 4 is what? 24. So my new coordinate would be 20, 24. This is 4 times as large. 4 times negative 1 is what? Negative 4, right, very good. 4 times 2 is what? 8, very good. 4 times 5 is what? 20, very good. 4 times 7 is what? 28, very good. 4 times 8 is what? 32. And 4 times negative 3 is what? Negative 12, right, very good. Very, very good. So, this concludes our lesson for scale factors. Your homework will be posted in Google Classroom revolving around using scale factors to enlarge or reduce objects. Our next lesson, you'll be taking a final quiz revolving around using scale factors. This is Mr. Campbell saying, stay tuned, 7th grade.